Hello there guys, and welcome to another edition of Star Wars Comics Explained. With issues 1 and 2 out, we continue with the Infinite series. In these couple of videos, we've talked about issue number 1 of A New Hope of Infinite Comics, where Luke failed to destroy the Death Star, and in the aftermath, Han and Luke escaped through light speed, and Leia was now captured by the Empire. Then in issue 2, Leia slowly was starting to be tempered by the dark side, by power. In the meantime, a young Luke was building his way up to becoming a Jedi Knight, training under none other than Jedi Master Yoda. We open on Ord Mantell, inside a sleazy cantina. Han, together with Chewie, is waiting for someone. In fact, today, it was the 5th anniversary of the end of the rebellion. Han is truly amazed that 5 years have passed since those events, and he hopes that Luke is still okay on Dagobah. But at that moment, stormtroopers started walking in. He told Chewie to look natural. In the meantime, they were watching an Imperial broadcast, the Empire celebrating 5 years of peace and prosperity in the square of Coruscant, the epicenter of the Empire. Their main spokesman was none other than the former rebel leader, Leia Organa. Han is left completely shocked, as well as Chewie. They see Leia saluting the Empire. She said the following: "As all of you know, I once led an ill-conceived, violent insurrection against the Empire, a rebellion that cost the lives of many beings. Though I may never be able to forgive myself, the Empire has forgiven me. It is time for restoring order," Leia said confidently, standing before the Empire. Her last words to the delegation: "Long live the Empire." It's just not possible. Han couldn't believe it. He hit the screen with a metal pipe, crushing it completely. Suddenly, everyone at the cantina was staring at him. A bug. A big bug. I think. I killed it," said Han. They left as quickly as possible, but the pirates immediately noticed that it was Han Solo, the smuggler that Jabba had put a fat price on his head. Han, being used to this sort of life, immediately noticed that they got company. They started running for their lives. Now, through the scuffle, the stormtroopers were interested in this situation as well. The gang had nowhere left to run. In all the craziness of the moment, they ended up stealing a transport from the Jawas, using this to escape from an angry mob. But they weren't paying attention to the road. They hit a stormtrooper transport, running as quickly as possible, running for their lives. They headed for the Millennium Falcon, boarded it, and headed off Ord Mantell. However, a Star Destroyer was right behind them, and a swarm of TIE fighters. Seeing no other recourse, Han punched into hyperspace. To him, it was time to get down to business. He told Chewie to set course for Dagobah. Now we see an older Luke wearing his black robes, living in the moment, living in the now, using the Force to meditate. Yoda was quite proud. He was able to calm his mind, learn patience, and release anger from his spirit. Indeed, he was pleased, but Luke had other troubles. He was having visions, more and more. This meant that he was ready to return to the cave. Only there will he be able to complete his training. Before Luke went in, he turned over his lightsaber to Yoda. He had learned the lesson from before. The cave was still as dark and mysterious as he remembered. Walking slowly, very slowly, again Vader appeared and ignited his red blade and slashed at a defenseless Luke. Without a lightsaber, he missed him just by a fraction. Now Luke's vision was completely intertwined. Long live the Empire. His vision left him perplexed. Suddenly, someone grabbed his attention. It was Han. He finally came back to Dagobah. Luke knew he would return someday, but Han had another reason for being here. He told Luke that Leia is in fact alive. Somehow Luke knew. I've always felt her presence. Well, it ain't all good news, kid. I don't know how to say it, so I guess I'll just say it. She's serving the Empire on Coruscant. Luke could not believe it. She can't be acting on her own accord. They had to leave now and get her out of there. Again, as always, Han protested. He is concerned a lot about Leia, but waltzing right into the Imperial throne seems really like a bad idea. Yoda intervened. He told him that your friend is right. He is still not ready. Luke was shocked to hear this. 5 years of Jedi training, and he paused. The trial in the cave. His training is complete. Yoda agreed he must go, but ready he is not until he hears the complete truth. The truth was that Vader was his father. Seduced by the dark side was your father. Luke was completely berserk. How could you keep this from me? With great reason. If they told him the truth, it would have only increased his impatience and his anger. Yoda continued. There was one more thing that he has to tell him. Leia is your sister. Luke appeared to be fairly calm. Yes, the visions, they now make sense. It's all so clear now. They were connected. They had a sibling bond. Right at that moment, Ben Kenobi appears as well. He is gravely concerned about Leia. Her sadness and anger after the destruction of Alderaan put her at great risk to fall to the dark side. Yoda was wary of this as well. The Emperor had sought the son of Vader as his heir to the Empire, but the daughter of Vader would serve just as well. Even with two prominent Jedi Masters at his side, Luke still didn't know what to do. Han, knowing full well that he can't talk Luke out of it, he offered him a ride to take him to Coruscant himself. He owes Leia at least that much, and he owed Yoda for the food that he's eaten. He was ready for a ride in his vessel, ready to leave Dagobah once and for all. Besides, how long has it been since he had sat in the Temple of the Jedi? Many fond memories he had, of course. The Imperial fleet was as powerful as ever. A number of Star Destroyers circling the Death Star, guarding Coruscant 24/7. Momentous day for the Empire, said Leia. It is the dawn of a new era. The future should be built by those who will live in it. She was slowly being gripped by the dark side, as her father did once. She would do whatever it takes to protect her empire, a future of peace and order. If the Emperor had to die to achieve that, well then, so be it. Now our band of heroes was approaching Coruscant. Han just wanted to remind them that they can leave anytime they wanted. Indeed, Yoda was looking forward to the Emperor's celebration. Let him think there was no rebellion. Let the Emperor think that he is without opponents. Soon this is to be concluded, guys. This was the 3rd issue, and we will cover the 4th one next. So hopefully you enjoyed this 3rd one. It wasn't too spectacular. There was no lightsaber fights or anything like that, but it serves to build up the 4th one, which, my god, the 4th one, it will be a crazy issue, and I can't wait to show you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today and watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a like and comment down below. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and before you go, may the Force be with you always.